Hey there, how's it going? What is up, everybody? Irish Orangutan is back to pass along what you need to know to get better at Madden and grow your Mutt team. Enjoy the show. Today we are back to talk about the Series 2 changeover that will be coming tomorrow, and I am very excited to say that it did come with a patch today that did fix up quite a few of the glitches that were in the game. So very excited that the game is going in the correct direction. Hopefully with just some things that we should be expecting and actually getting what we did expect. The one big thing that does come with a series changeover is the level going up to 60. That is a big plus for those of us who have been a while. We will be able to get rewards by just playing the game, and it will be a big plus for each of us that have been grinding so far this year. There are quite a few other things that do come with this series and leveling up, so just wanted to go over a little bit of those things. We will be able to get an 89 to 90 power up pass when we get to level 60, much like we did when we get to level 50. So that is a big plus, and I'm very excited about that and what we potentially could get. We'll be getting quick sells at some of the levels. We'll be getting level challenges being unlocked. A gridiron pack will be coming out, and a big thing that does come with these are the ability to pick up players for the cheap, and if you want them on your team you can, or you can sell them. They do have them valued a little bit under. It might be a good idea to not potentially sell them on the first couple of days as people are grinding through and getting them done very quickly. Also within the first couple of days it will be the weekend and prices are usually down at that point. Something you will be noticing in the stores, things will be expiring as of tomorrow. So these superstar players that have been in the store will be expiring. They see this veteran being too low of value, but they still are only 86 overalls. I was excited to see that Adrian Peterson, being 86 overall with 85 speed, will be coming out tomorrow. Not the best player, but will be decent on the theme team, so we'll be excited to get him added. But these 60 overall, which we have been able to make some coins off of, will be expiring. They don't have any hint of a new promo coming out, so might want to take advantage of that, but training is at a pretty high value at this point. I've not checked out the store, or excuse me, the market quite as well as I should have, but that would be the trend at this point in time. And also, as you can see, these are going to be expiring, hopefully bringing just better odds, not necessarily, well, I guess that doesn't necessarily have view info is probably a better way to look at that, and I should have done that with the other as well. But hopefully these go up and the prices do not. I definitely see the prices going up at some point in time, potentially for these gold players. Gridiron pack should be that, but just be wary of that. I do not think that these training packs will be going back into the store necessarily. Veterans, I'm almost sure that they will be, but these superstar 84 to 85s and the 77 to 78s will not be. So all those players potentially would rise in value, but as they diminish in their overall value, they'll just become less in value at a certain point in time. So if you just wait a little while, they will eventually all price down to what they should be. They just won't be readily available because we can't get these cards out of the store. Everything's pretty much expiring tomorrow in 14 hours, so very excited to see what people will be pulling for at that point in time, or what we'll have the opportunity to pull for at that point in time, because all the packs will be different at that time. Other big thing that you need to know, and maybe I should have let off with this, but your trophies will be cut in half tomorrow because they will be changing over to Series 2 trophies. In the past, we have gotten higher value trophies as the series did change over, but it wasn't a currency, so we didn't necessarily get some removed. At some points in time, those level 1 series trophies, or trophies, whatever, were actually something that were of a good value because you could get lower valued cards, or lower overall cards, excuse me, for a good value that could be like 5 to 10,000 coins. But at this point, they're just kind of diminishing that value of keeping that long term because you really cannot. these will not be turning over, as you can see. Von Miller will be expiring, so we will be getting a 93 overall level master to exchange his place. It will be on offense. It will be Melvin Gordon, which is strange since he has not played yet this year. He does have 89 speed, but there are a lot of other running backs that are comparable. With Gale Sayers out, I would definitely look at him over Melvin, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. But for Coach Madden, they do allow one more of these collectibles to be available. So if you have not gotten any at this point, the 3 will not go away. 1 will just be added to that. So for me, at this point, I've gotten 2 already. So tomorrow I will have 2 available as well, with 170 trophies, because those will be cut in half. We'll be playing some weekend league, so maybe I'll get to 150 head-to-head wins for this series, but maybe saving some of those for tomorrow so I can get a little bit of a head start on those head-to-head games that will be changing over in your missions as well. With this series changeover and EA understanding, cards are starting to become less in value at this level of the 87 to 88s. They understand that we need the opportunity to get those 89 to 90s with rerolls with lower valued 87 overalls. So we'll be able to exchange 87 and 88s to 89 and 90s as of tomorrow. You'll need to have really good luck to get into those 90s, but it is always a chance that you might be willing to take. I do have a couple 87 to 88 Nats in my binder that I've not quick sold because I was hoping that this would be coming, and I'm very grateful that they have just added this in. They usually do, but sometimes they get stingy and just wait a series and do not change something over. In the past, they did have the opportunity for you to exchange players and put those into exchange sets as well. They do have less of that this year, but I do like what they have with just the straight up players exchange instead of putting them in badges first. So as of tomorrow, we will be getting the opportunity to upgrade our Torrey Holt as well. It's been every 3 levels so far, so I'm sure they'll stick with that. And you will have the most dominant wide receiver for free if you are willing to grind a little bit. So very excited to spend some time this coming weekend grinding up a little bit, getting this player a little bit better, and hopefully adding to what I already have on my Pat Tillman with some other stats as well. So another big bonus with the series change over, those limited time cards will become a lot more available, or at least price wise more available to us no money spent players. They will not have the 250,000 price floor on them, so they'll always have at least that value. So that is something that people can always invest in and have for sure. So that is something that is very exciting. A lot of these Signature Series and Madden Ultimate Team 10 players will be coming out. Julius Peppers, I believe, is the only series, or excuse me, Madden Ultimate Team 10 player that will not be coming out as limited tomorrow, which is very strange that he is still the least expensive. I think he has proven to potentially be the least valuable of all of these players. Something that is huge that will be coming back to the game is the Gauntlet. So a lot of these players will be losing their value. A lot of these players were at 3 million a very short time ago, but everyone's understanding they are going to be less expensive as they will be pulled out of packs continuously and not just for a short period of time. So their value over time will go down. So might want to wait a couple weeks, but they will be great players to potentially go out and get. But in quite a few of these positions, players will be taking over through that gauntlet. We'll be getting Derwin James. He's one of the best players to potentially get, especially if you have not grinded your Pat Tillman yet. He will be 89, or excuse me, they will all be 89 overall. He'll have 89 hit power and 87 speed, so he is a great option. We'll have Ed Oliver for the inside line. A terrible option. Juju Smith is just another mild wide receiver at this point. Leonard Fournette, I personally have loved watching him since he has been rushing, or was rushing, excuse me, for LSU. So very excited to see him get a good card with 88 speed and 90 trucking. A little bit lacking in some of the other categories though. And then we'll also be getting a Devin White who will have 88 speed and 89 hit power. So very excited about those players that will be coming out and our opportunity to go out and get them. Something that they did point out is that they will not be able to go into the current power up path. So that is something that is very negative about that. We won't be getting multitudes of players with each gauntlet, so not 5 each time, and then potentially getting a master at the end. We will just be upgrading these players as we go throughout the season. So we will have the opportunity to get better players, but we will have to wait until we get them upgraded at the end of the gauntlet to put them into the power up path. So they will probably have other cards that will come out that we would potentially want to go out and get, but we will always understand that at the next gauntlet we could just get their next upgrade. So we just might want to look at the players outside of those gauntlet players that we do have. And this is kind of another fit, like the captain, the Torrey Holt, players that'll just be on your team for the long term. Probably they will have exchange sets for these players, so you'll have the opportunity to exchange them. But you'll just be cut into these 5 positions, so just keep that in mind. In the background, while I have been talking about some of these gauntlet players that will be coming out, I have been getting to some of the legends that are limited that will be a little bit cheaper as of tomorrow. The background will be slightly different. They will be going with light purplish pink color, so something similar to what we had last year for kind of that pinkish light purple. Might be a slight edit there, so don't worry about that little guy. But here, like Willie Lanier is a very solid middle linebacker, but I've just not considered him as he has been someone who has not been coming out of packs anytime recently, so his value has been exceptionally high. You have the opportunity to get a 91 overall punter and a 91 overall kicker. I do have Elam, but this Jan does look very nice as well. Probably will be sticking with my Elam. I really do appreciate him, and he has saved me in a couple games already as well. Probably just be waiting for his ultimate legend before I upgrade my kicker. But that was a little bit of a side note. Just very excited about these players that will be coming out tomorrow and what Madden will be allowing us to be able to get in and grind. No money spent definitely gets an upgrade with a lot of these players coming back into packs, and a lot of the players that were 89 to 90 overall being a little bit less expensive as they are not just coming from packs, but they're also be coming from exchange sets. So those 87s will pick up their value potentially as well, not just a training value. So everything is kind of finding its equilibrium, and very excited about that. But just a very good opportunity to potentially make coins. As always, as things will potentially dip as new players will be in packs and we can potentially pull them tomorrow. So if your favorite player has been limited and has been too expensive, just wait potentially a couple weeks if you don't have the coin stack. But if you do, just go get them tomorrow. But that's what we have for today. I wish you all the best and take care. Thank you for checking into the Irish Orangutan channel. Keep coming back for more Madden knowledge. There will be consistent videos up every week, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button to see them all. Come by Twitch to engage and hit me up on Twitter at Irish Orangutan. Take care and much love, everybody.